Hi, this is library instruction for Anatomy of a Scholarly Article for A&P 2 students. Welcome to the library. My name is Terry Gallagher, and we want you to know here from the library that we're here for you, whether we're physical or virtual, for helping you find the best research for your projects. So you can get in touch with us through chat, email, call, and hopefully we'll be seeing you in the library here. I wanted to show you that on the library pages, you will see a chat that's live during our open hours. If it is offline, you can leave a message and we can set up one-on-ones to help you as you do this assignment. So your mission is, and some of you have already done this and it's a review, the assignment is from Professor Abel, and you're to read an article from a scholarly peer-reviewed journal that pertains to your classwork and write a review. The article that you find is to be 10 pages or less, and I will show you how to limit that. And from my side as a librarian, I'm telling you to try to pick a topic that piques your interest or that you follow and that also fits with the class study. You're asked to use a body system that you are studying this semester. So what is a peer-reviewed journal article? A scholarly journal article that is peer-reviewed or is refereed is written by experts, okay? Experts in the field. But it goes past that. The experts do the studies and put forth their work, but then other experts, a panel, will review the study and they will tear it apart, data, wording, everything. Sometimes it takes a couple years to pass through the approval process. So what does that mean to you? That means that when you find a study in a peer-reviewed or refereed journal, that these studies have already been vetted, and that's the type of credible information we want you to use as a science scholar. So what are the clues to IDing scholarly sources? In a very simplistic way of looking at it, it's pretty easy to do by eye. If you no longer can look at WebMD, which is eye appealing and has the glitz and colors. Journals are actually pretty boring and do not have that eye appeal. The articles are long. Scholarly articles are not going to be a page or two. They're written by multiple experts in the field. You're not going to see a single name on a peer-reviewed article very often. They again have that very text-heavy appearance, but there will be charts and graphs, occasional photographs, not usual, like in another kind of periodical. Peer-reviewed means that it's there for the information. So you're not going to see a lot of ads either. They're not issued always on a regular basis. Some of our nursing peer-reviewed journals do not even come out 3 times a year. They're very expensive. That'll cost like $650 to $800 for me to get those 3 journals. What does that mean to you? It's high-end information. And the audience for these is not just anybody. It's people who are scholars in the field like you, or actually people who are working in the field and other scientists in this case. So, and at the very end of every peer-reviewed or refereed article, you're going to see citations. Sometimes there are several pages of citations. Those are a beautiful thing. They substantiate the work. They say where it came from, what was used in building studies. And I want you to remember as you do papers that that citation list can also often be the launch pad for you to find more information. But today you only have to find one of the articles, so you're in a good place. So there are specific components in IDing a scientific article. You're going to see an abstract, often literature review, methodology, results, a conclusion, and then that reference list or bibliography. As I was looking around the web, I did find at North Carolina State University an anatomy of a scholarly article. And what I liked about this interactive piece was that you can go on and there's definitions of the different parts. So it's kind of helpful to look. And the article text, this is a small block, but it's also where you would see there's also methods and results, your conclusion, and of course, my favorite as a librarian, the references. Okay, so I thought that kind of shows you what you're looking for again. So we kind of see the characteristics or the personality of what a scholarly or refereed article is. So now the next question is, where do CCBC students, particularly A&P2 students, find such articles? And that is in the databases. Our library databases with the two nursing databases, which I'll show you in a bit, are a strong area for you to find the information. You can also find information on the state databases using your library card, but everything's pretty set here in our library for you to find. There are some approved sites that are my favorites for looking for peer-reviewed articles pertaining to healthcare and sciences, and that would be pubmed.gov, plos.org, and through the National Library of Medicine where PubMed comes through. So there's also the Cochrane reviews. If you need to look on the web, I can show you, but your best line of attack is to go straight to the databases. So we do have those print journals that I told you are in the library. The reason I'm showing you a journal is we're going to find them online. Okay, and often when you open up the pages of a peer-reviewed journal, it's going to have that notation right there. And for when we are in session, if I can just run back to the library, this is where I sit. So stop and say hello. This is the nursing section, and at the bottom shelf of this shelving unit is where I keep the latest peer-reviewed journals for nursing, biology, healthcare. I also will keep in the archives. We keep them up to 5 years. So, but for today, we're focusing more on finding your assignment in the databases. And these are the databases I mentioned. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a search. And I'm that crazy librarian who always has 9,000 windows open. So we're going to go to ccbc.edu because that's where the library is. So, and we're under campus life. And if you go down to the library, here we are. And you can see that we actually have the chat window up right now. So where I need you to go is research tools. And we're going to pass by the books and go straight to the pools of information that are relevant to you. We have a lot of different databases, but pertinent to the A&P class and sciences, the these databases are located in EBSCO. To sign on from home, you use your full email. If you're on campus, I could just have used terry.gallagher. So you put in your password that you use for Blackboard and for your email, and you log in. And you will come to this link. And these are all the databases under the EBSCO umbrella. Some are multidisciplinary, like the first one that we're going to click, Academic Search, will have some Science Journal refereed articles. However, specialty articles geared more toward your area of study will be found in Health Source Nursing and CINAL. Okay, so I recommend just finding those three, selecting them, and then continuing into EBSCOhost for your searching. Now, I always do that bad search to tell you what not to do, and to just demonstrate the principle of narrowing, which is what research is all about: narrowing, broadening. So I'm always interested in what's going on with opioids in America. So if I click that, you see this is just why this is a bad search. You get 107,000 hits. And if I do full text, which I want you to do every time because you need to print the whole article or capture the whole article for writing your review, because you're going to read it over several times. So you need full text. You can't look at an abstract and do that for your review, or you're not going to get a good grade. And you get to choose scholarly peer reviewed. So whatever's coming up should already be what you're looking for. So you can see how that brought it down from 107,000 all the way down to 14,000, which is still overwhelming. The other thing I would have you do is, in biology, you need to be in the 8 to 10-year currency. If you are doing something for nursing or any of the healthcare fields, 10 years isn't good enough. You have to go up to 5 years. And also think of your topic. There's been a lot of study in the opioid area. So I normally would do, if I was doing a search on something specific, which I'm going to show you how to do the advanced search next, I would go 3 to 5 years. Coronavirus, COVID-19, you're going to only be able to search 1 year. So anyhow, this will bring our searches down, as we did, to 6,000 or 6,500 or so. But we don't really want you to do that. I just wanted to demonstrate those parameters at the forefront: full text, scholarly, and your time frame. And I know some of you have heard this many times, but it doesn't hurt to refresh. So once you're a seasoned researcher, you probably want to start straight at the advanced search screen and not deal with those thousands of articles. So what I'm going to do is think about what part or what system that I'm interested in, that in human anatomy and physiology that is affected by opioids. So I'm just going to put brain, and I could put brain function. I'm going to keep this pretty simple here at the beginning. And then you know that this is always a process of mixing up your words and using synonyms and switching around different terms. So I'm interested in relapse. opiates, the effect on the brain, and relapse. And so I'm looking for a primary study. That means that I'm looking for original research. I'm not looking for a compilation of someone that comes in and pulls a lot of studies together. Now that is high end and valuable when you find a meta-analysis that's taking a lot of pooling of information and analyzing that data. But for you, you're looking for original studies on, again, primary. So remember on that first bad search, we did full text, and then we did the date stamp. And this, you have to add the parameters every time you do an advanced search. And then you want to make sure you hit scholarly, because you don't want anything from any popular periodical popular publications. The other thing you can do, you can check if you want the abstract available. Since you're required 10 pages or under, you could put less than 11. So you're not pulling a study that's 36 pages long. Okay. And depending on how specific you want to be, you can ask that it's human. You could look for randomized controls, case studies, or you can really do a lot of limiting. Yes, and the language. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and do the search. So we knew that we started out at 107. Okay, and now we are at 4. So, and remember, I can widen that out again. I could put opioids or opiates, brain function, or neural receptors. You can, if you didn't want to look at relapse, you could look at another part of opiate addiction. Anyhow, so I have 4 here. So let's just go to this first study here. And you can see when I said it isn't fun to read, regional homogeneity, changes between heroin relapse and non-relapse patients under methadone maintenance treatment. So this is a resting state. They're using MRI to do this study. And you can see right here that it's a human study. This is doing, you can see what the source is, BMC Neurology. Now, what you need to do, as I said, with scientific or scientific peer-reviewed articles, you need to study it to see if it's applicable for your assignment. And as you see, when you come here, you'll see that it's broken down in the components, and you can see the sample, the method. So you need to go through, at the beginning, I usually read the abstract and I read the conclusion and definitely the methodology to see if that's even one I want to choose. If it is not, I can go right back to my result list and look through the other 3, and then I can widen my choice if it's not what I want. If it was what you wanted, you would download it and print it. The other thing you can do here is you can get the citation. You're using APA citations. Especially if it's done out of the country, you want to double check it and make sure it's APA. And we can help you with that too in the library if you have any problems, and also our academic coaches. When you do this article and you write your review, please go see the academic coaches. They're available online and available in the library when we're in operation. That's just walk in, but at the student.success@ccbc.edu, you can make an appointment they're master level and they're English profs, but they can look at your reading. And also, if when we have a science academic coach, they could analyze your article too. So there are a lot of things that you can get at the library. So you can do the citation. If you see two or three that you can't decide with the day you're doing your sleuthing, just put them in a folder or email them to yourself. You can email them to your personal email or to your home email. I mean, CCBC email. I apologize. Or save it to the Google Drive. Okay. So just remember, you can go back out and continue doing searches. So, and mix up your search terms. So I'm going to run back to our PowerPoint. So with this, you want to go to straight to the advanced search, click full text. You want to, you can click so that abstract shows immediately on the first page. So you're not dealing with looking in and out of, going in and out of a lot of articles, and use that date slide. So, once you have your article, remember that you need to read it more than once. I am actually going to, I'm not going to play this right now since I'm videoing it, but I'm going to add it on to the email to your professor. So if you want to read how to read a scientific article, you can do that just to prep yourself prior to doing it. Today you could do some searches, or you can call me. We could do some searches together if we're still virtual, or chat with me. So remember how to get to the library. Your assignment, it's supposed to be 2 pages long. Professor Abel doesn't want to see the abstract reiterated. And just like the study we were looking at, be careful. Like I noticed with our sampling, it was done on 60 people. So when you say what are the deficits of your study, a larger sampling would have more power. So there's a lot of things that you can do with the review. So you're the person looking over. You're kind of like the referee. So, and again, with your APA formatting, if you go out to the library's website at www.ccbc.edu and you go to course research, I apologize, course specific materials. I got it on the third try. If you go there, and I can show you that, if you go out to course specific materials, that's going to help you. We're just going to go back into the library for a minute. Backspace. Course specific material, course specific resources. Yes, I did it myself. So here's some peer-reviewed journals on the web. So it's kind of a launch pad. And right there, I have the reading scientific article. If you click on that, you can watch that. But remember, you're not just reading through quickly. You're going to spend some time. You and this article will be up close and personal. And then we also have a quick guide in the library for using APA citations. It's the up-to-date guide. And we also have the OWL at Purdue, where you can go and even if I always say don't Google, but if you Google APA style paper, OWL at Purdue, it will give you a sample of what your paper should look at like as far as formatting, and that's very important when you're presenting this review. You want it to be in the proper formatting. So and here is one of the examples that shows you where everything needs to be specifically, as after all, you're a science scholar. So these are places where you can get your instant citations and references, but you have to do your due diligence and make sure if you get something instantly that it is correct. So that's where the OWL and our quick guide can help you. I thank you very much. I hope this helped you. Um, it takes a while to do the study, to search and find out the study that you need. So just accept that that's going to take a while, and then it takes even longer because, as you saw with the article that I found, you're going to spend a lot of time understanding it. So that's it for today. If you need anything at all, please get in touch with me, Terry Gallagher. I told you all the ways. I would be very happy to help. So thanks again.